Hi everyone, it's Bridget Harrison again, and we are night owling in our PJs instead of cooking in our PJs. So what we're going to make today is, since Easter is coming up, our family, I'm not going to cook a big meal for breakfast. We are just actually going to have homemade instant oatmeal packets. Now, the secret ingredient to make these taste just like the ones in the store that you buy instant in the box, well, they can get kind of expensive. So the secret ingredient to that is right here. This packet is instant dry milk. And I'll show you what I use here. This is from Walmart. And you don't need to get the big box like I do. You can just get a small box, because one of these packages is all you're really going to need to make like 50 to 100 instant oatmeal packets, because all you're going to use is about a tablespoon for each packet. So what are we going to need? We are going to need some quick cooking oats today, some brown sugar. Now, I have diabetes, so I don't use full brown sugar, so I use Splenda. You're not going to need much of this. I'm just making the maple brown sugar oatmeal instant packets that you would find on the shelf. So I'm using the Splenda brand. And that is all the ingredients that you need. 3 ingredients to make your own homemade instant oatmeal packets. So let's get started. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put in, about 10 cups of quick oats. You're going to need 1 cup of brown sugar. I'm using Splenda. A pinch of salt, about 2 tablespoons of salt. And all that does is just kind of flavors the oats a little bit. And you're going to use the cup measurement again for the dairy cream, non-dairy creamer or milk packet, instant dry milk, homemade milk packet, or not homemade, instant dry milk packet. Oh, there we go. It's getting late. So we're going to make a big batch. We're going to stick it in this bowl here. I got a really long teaspoon so I can kind of mix it up. And then we are going to add it into, you can either use snack baggies, or you can double batch it, which I only have a few snack bags, so I'm going to be using the regular sandwich size baggies. All right, so let's go ahead and start adding our oats. We're going to need 10 cups. And you don't have to be precise. And yes, messy hair and all, that's how I roll at night. Normally I have it up when I'm cooking. All right. 1. Yay, we can be the count tonight. Let's count. 2. And let me push this down a little bit so you guys can see that I'm just like haphazardly just pouring it in there. I'm just a little bit of measuring, get it right to like the top of the print, and I'm dumping it. So what was that? 4, I think? Someone help me keep count. 4. And I just dumped a whole bunch. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, 10. That's probably about 10 right there, because I've like overfilled this a couple times. As you can tell, you don't need to be exact with this. You just need some oats in a bowl, and I'll show you what it looks like. And now we're just going to start dumping our dry instant, or the instant dry milk. It's powdered milk. Some people call it powdered milk. That's all it is. And all you're going to need is a cup. 1 cup to 10 cups of oats. And make sure you're using instant quick cooking oats. The rolled oats are not going to, they need to be cooked. If you cook it in the microwave, it's not going to turn out. They'll be really dry and crunchy. So make sure you get the instant. Now the milk packet, you do want to measure that out pretty accurate here because this is the secret ingredient. This will make your oatmeal really nice and creamy. Like I said, to me, I found I tweaked with this recipe and played with it so many times. I had to figure out which recipe actually delivered more the consistency and taste of a store-bought instant boxed oatmeal. I think I can say the name here, Quaker. And one of these packets here, it was about a quart. So 1 whole packet equaled about a cup of the dried milk. Then you're going to also need a cup of Splenda. So it's really easy. It's just really a cup of each. Thanks, Kate. I needed that. I can't count late at night sometimes. I'm like, I've done this so many times, I just kind of dump it in. All right, so let me go ahead and measure out probably about a cup of brown sugar here. And again, I'm using Splenda. So I'm going to use probably a little less than a cup because to me, the Splenda brown sugar is really sweet. To me, it's sweeter than normal brown sugar. So personally, I don't add that much in here. But if you're using full brown sugar, please use a cup. Or, you know, you can play around with this recipe. Figure out how sweet you like it. You might want to decrease the brown sugar or make the milk, the instant powder milk, less. It depends on your consistency and taste. But this is the original recipe, so I recommend trying this out first. I got about a half a cup in here. And you're just going to dump it. It looks like a cake. I'll show you here in a minute. Look. And all that's going to get mixed together. And then you're going to add it to your baggies. Now, I don't use much of the salt, although I'm one of those weird people. My doctor told me that I actually need to add salt to my diet. My body does not retain salt. I'm actually low in deficiency on that, so, and I hate salt, really. I honestly do, I hate it. But I have to add it to pretty much all my meals. Sometimes I can get away with it if I just eat some saltines at night. But we're not going to use much. We are just going to use a pinch of this. And all this does is help flavor the oats. Because oats can be pretty dry sometimes. All right, so I'm going to show you what I did. I just put in, let's put this in my palm here so you can tell. Probably about quarter size. You just want to add that in there. And now we're going to give this a big mix. And you'll see what it looks like here in just a minute. And you won't even be able to tell. Once you mix this in, you'll look and you'll be like, where did everything go? Because the oats kind of like overtake everything. So. And here we go. There's going to be some, you know, clumps of brown sugar in there. That's fine. Looks like regular oatmeal in a bowl. But that is it. That is all that's required. 3 ingredients. Trust me when I say that you need the, oh, hold on here. the instant dried milk. This is really your secret ingredient. I have seen other recipes that do not use this. I've tried it and I did not like it. It ends up being really dry, no flavor at all. And this is the key. It makes it real creamy. It makes it taste just like those ones that you buy at the box store. This equals up to be, let's see, 3 cents a packet. I believe it's 3 cents a packet. If you're trying to break this down to see how frugal it might be for your family. And now what I do is I got a flexible silicone measuring cup, and I just use this, and I grab my thing here. I fill it up. You're going to want, hold on one here, about I think it's 1/4. Yeah, 1/4 and then when you're making it, okay, this is what it's going to look like here. And then you got 3/4 cup of hot water and stir. So 3/4 cup of hot water, or you put 3/4 cup of water and put it in your microwave. I do mine for about 45 seconds on the microwave and give it a stir. If it's not thick enough for you, then you can decrease the water by a teaspoon. If it's not enough water for you, excuse me, then you can go ahead and add some more water and nuke it for another 10 minutes, or I'm sorry, 10 seconds. But that is it. That is instant homemade packets ready to go. Hi, Amanda. So instant oatmeal, your kids can make it easy. You can write on. Now, here's some extra tips for you. If you want to experiment, you may add any dry fruit you like. I have done dried apples. So it's apples and cinnamon with some brown sugar. Basic recipe is what I did right here. So you would add as much dried fruit as you want. And the water ratio is going to increase by, hold on, 2 tablespoons, sorry, 2 tablespoons. Because you want if you're using like dried fruit, it's going to need extra water when you nuke it, because that dried fruit needs to become soft again. And that is pretty much it. There it is. So my mornings are going to be super simple, cheap and frugal. Best for Easter morning because I'm not cooking a casserole dish. It's just going to be me and my husband right now. I thank you for all your prayers for my mom. She's really not eating, so this is just going to be something quick for us to heat up, eat, and run over to my parents' house so that way I can be with her then. All right, well, I appreciate all you night owls joining with me and cooking up a little, getting ready for Easter. And if you have any recipes that you want me to try, and I'll go ahead and cook it up for you and let you know whether or not it's easy. I'll break it down to whether or not it's frugal and what you can use to make it frugal if that's what you're looking for. So have a good night. I hope I enlightened you a little bit how you can save a little money, and I'll see you again later. Thank you.